Uh, Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our winter band concert. My name is Jonah Berdinick. The first group of songs to be performed by the 5th grade band come from our band fundamentals book. We will feature our woodwind, brass, and percussion sections. Please welcome Mr. Toot to the
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Toot, and on behalf of my colleague, Mr. Jerry, and Mr. Shivak, we want to welcome you to the Boardman Performing Arts Center. For the first time in 2 years, we get to have a middle school band concert, so we're all very excited. The very well-dressed group of young people behind me is our center intermediate 5th grade beginning band. So this is their first concert. And firstly, I just want to say thank you. Think back to the beginning of the year, and you get that instrument for your kid, or they bring the instrument home for the first time, and they start to make the first sounds on it. And you probably have thoughts going through your head along the lines of, that kind of sounds like a dying cow, or who is strangling a duck in my upstairs kitchen, okay? But as time goes on, very quickly, the reason that this is maybe my favorite concert is because in a very short time, with some hard work, the kids have really honed their skills and learned how to play music. Okay? We're so excited that we can do a concert. The past 2 years we haven't, and obviously we've done a lot of hard work in school, but this is what it's about, guys. It's about getting to perform music for people. This is what our program's about. This is the whole point of why we're here. So we're happy to see you. Let's get on with the show. The first thing we want to do is we want to teach you guys a little bit about the instruments in the band. There's 3 families of instruments in the band. We have the woodwind family, the brass family, and the percussion family. So we're going to take some time to show you each one of these instruments. They're going to play a little bit by themselves, and then we'll get to hear all the groups fit together. So right now we're going to play a song called Hot Cross Buns, and we're going to feature our flute section and our oboe section. Flutes and oboes, please stand up. Here for flutes and oboes. So woodwind instruments are called woodwind instruments because with the exception of the flutes make their sound by blowing across a tone hole. All of these instruments have a wooden reed. Okay, that's why a saxophone, even though it's made out of brass, is not a brass instrument. Okay, so let's hear the next section from the woodwinds, our clarinets. Clarinets, please stand up. Great job on that section. And probably the most well-known member of our woodwind section is the saxophone section. So we're going to hear from the saxophones next. Saxophones, stand up. Fantastic job, saxophones. So those are the different members of the woodwind section. Now let's see if we can hear all of those groups while we play hot cross buns with the full band. Let's hear it again for the woodwind section. Our next family of instruments is called the brass family. Obviously, these instruments are usually made out of brass, but they also make, they all have this in common. They make the sound by the students putting their lips together and buzzing. Hey, let's demonstrate that, brass. Take your mouthpieces out. Okay? Everybody make a buzzy sound. Ready? Go. Okay. So if you've heard that in your house recently, that is why. Okay, so our first and the highest instrument in the brass section, we're going to feature two sections right now. First of all, our French horns. French horns, stand up. And the trumpet section. Trumpets, stand up. And we'll be featuring them on a song called Go Tell Anyrotie. They played so well, I dropped another time. Great job, guys. The next member of the brass family is our trombone section. Now, we always know this is the slide trombone. We call that because they change notes by using the slide in their hand to make the instrument longer and shorter. Way to go, trombones. Great job. Our next instrument is called the baritone. So the baritone, you kind of think of it like a baby tuba. It's a tuba, but it's a little smaller, and it plays in the same range as the trombone, but it uses valves. So we have our baritone section. Let's hear Go Tell Anyrotie. Great job, baritones. And last but not least, we have the lowest member of the wind family, the foundation of the band. The most important instruments that we have are tubas. So we have two great tuba players in this band. So let's listen to our tuba section. Great job, tuba section. So, think many years ahead of time, when we come to a boardman football game, one of these two gentlemen is going to be dotting the I in Script, Ohio. Great job, brass. Now, let's hear what the brass section sounds like with the whole band. And moving right along to the next section of the band is our percussion section. Now, if you look up on stage, you see all kinds of instruments up here. In any given concert, we'll play 13, 14, 15 different kinds of percussion instruments. The two main ones that we start on in 5th grade are mallet percussion. In this case, it would be the bells. Okay. You'll see later on in the 7th grade concert bigger versions of the mallets. And we also have our snare drum and bass drum. So we call this melodic percussion and battery percussion. We're going to hear from the mallets first. They're going to play a song called Marching Song. Let's hear it for the mallets. Now let's hear the same song performed by our snare drums and bass drum. Awesome job. Now, one of the things that makes playing percussion so challenging is that none of these kids just play one of these instruments. They're all learning how to play all of these instruments. So right now, they're switching. This would also be a good time. Some of you might be thinking, wow, that's one really tall 5th grader in a maroon dress. So guys, I want to introduce to you Mrs. Beth DeVore. She is a teacher's aide for one of our students, Seth Baker. Seth, unfortunately, is quarantined, can't be here tonight, but Mrs. DeVore has been such an integral part of our class, just like having another teacher in the room, not just with Seth, but with everybody, that she wanted to be here tonight. And most importantly, if you look around her neck, she's got her phone on, and we're FaceTiming, and wave hi. We're going to wave hi to Seth. Hi, Seth. So thanks, Seth, and thanks, Mrs. DeVore. And now let's hear the same kids play, but on different instruments. Great job, percussion. And now let's hear that with the whole band. Everybody, let's play marching song. So a lot of our time in band is spent playing together as a group, but there are also times in band when we have individuals play, and that's called a solo. So we've had a lot of kids who were brave enough and put the time in to want to play solos in class. So we're going to feature some of those kids that have worked on solos in a song called Lightly Row. So every 2 measures we'll hear a different student solo. Okay? So we're going to have 8 different soloists on Lightly Row. How about a round of applause for our soloists? They are in order: Kenzie Toby, Michael Price, Ruhim Ahmad, Justin Beesh, Isabella Whistler, Cameron Kenny, Charlie Biegner, and Aiden Williams. Great job, guys. This next song is called French Song. Some of you might know it by the name Little Perot. And for this one, we're just going to hear the woodwinds and brass and percussion take turns playing the melody. The melody is the part of the song that you can sing. Okay, so listen as we go back and forth between the different instrument groups. So tonight we've learned about a solo. Another way to feature different musicians in a band is called a soli, and that is a group of people playing. So we have a group, a soli group. This is another group of students that had brave and were able to audition and play in front of all their peers in class. And we're going to feature them on the first time through this next song called London Bridge. And then the whole band will play together. So solo group, let's go ahead and stand up. Solo group is Kenzie Toby, Skylie Shea Klein, Isabel Snyder, Autumn Miller, Michael Price and Haley Peacock, Tyler Holcomb, Jane Hetrick, Liam Riley, Carmine Naples, Jonah Verdenick, Jude Forbes, Julia Tellington, Charlie Beekner, Emma Euler, Retta Atkins, Gavin Sentner, and can't read which tuba we have. Stephen Rovnak. Sorry, couldn't read my own writing. Let's have another round of applause for all of our... Sorry, Stephen. Stephen's giving me this thing back. Okay, and now we're going to go on. Isabel, I think you have an announcement for us for our last song. Second to last song.
Thank you so much for coming to our band concert tonight. It was so much fun and we really hope that you enjoyed it. We now play our second to last song, the alphabet song.
Oh, great job, Isabel. Come here for a second, though. Yeah, you just made one mistake, okay? We're not playing the alphabet song. We're playing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
We're playing the alphabet song.
Isabel, I'm pretty sure that we're playing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. That's what it says in my book. It says in the program.
Since you're the band director, shouldn't you know what song we're playing? It's the alphabet song. I can prove it.
Okay, Isabella, that's some compelling evidence there, I guess. It kind of sounds like the same song. I guess they're kind of similar. But I still really think that the song that we're about to play is called Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, okay? And I can prove it, okay? Hit it. Hey, sing mine louder. It's the better song. Here we go. So you see, really, the song we're playing is called Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Excuse me? James has something to say. So what you're saying is the same song,
but with different words.
but with different words. It's the same song with different words. Cute theory, kid. Keep working on it. All right. Well, guys, we got to figure out what to do now, because half the band thinks we're playing one song and half the band thinks we're playing the other song. Let's put it to an audience vote. How many people, by a round of applause, think that we're really going to play the alphabet song right now? Okay. How many people think that we're about to play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? No, we truly are a divided nation. Well, let's see. I guess the only way to resolve this is, I've never done this in my career before. Guys, we're just going to play both songs at the same time. It's probably going to sound terrible, but we'll do it to make everybody happy. So let's play both songs at the same time. Here we go. Well, how about that? It worked. Well, way better than expected. Maybe we can learn something for this. Maybe even though sometimes we see things differently, if we just listen to each other's music, we'll find that really deep down we're all humming the same tune. And more importantly, we've learned that Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star is clearly the better song. Hey, how about a hand for James and Isabella for playing along with me? Great job, guys. Okay, we have one more for you, and Miss Anna Miller is going to come up and tell you about it.
Thank you for your applause. My name is Autumn Miller. The 5th grade band will conclude with an original composition by David Schaefer called Batter Up. After our performance, we encourage you to stay for the 7th grade portion of our concert. Please welcome the narrator, our principal from BCIS, Mr. Michael Masucci.
hometown Spartans are being beaten like a drum by the Rock and Roll All-Stars. The Spartans are down to their last out and are trailing 3-0. This is the All-Stars pitcher Bruno Mars' 9th inning of work. He's having quite an outing. Don't believe me? Just watch. Stepping up to the plate for the Spartans is right fielder David Bowie. Let's see what he can do while he's under pressure. Here's the windup. Single to left, and the runner is for the Spartans is the catcher, Taylor Swift. She can really hit the deep ball, at least that's what people say. Here's the windup. It's a sharp line drive to right. The Spartans now have runners on first and second, with right fielder Justin Timberlake coming to bat. This swing has been in sync, at least for a while, and Justin always says, if someone is going to win the game, it's going to be me. Here's the windup. Shot up the middle for the natural lefty. The bases are loaded for the cleanup batter, Freddie Mercury. Look out, folks. When his swing is dialed in, then he will rock you. Here's the windup. Bruno's first pitch was classic. Strike one. Bruno's second pitch was 24-karat magic. Strike two.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce the band. How about a round of applause for our tuba section? Stand up, tubas. And our baritone section. Stay standing, guys. Anyrotie trombones. And the French horns. And the trumpet section. The saxophone section. The clarinet section, the oboes, and the flute section. And last but not least, come on out, let's have a round of applause for our percussion section. One, two, three. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. That was so much fun. We hope you stick around for the 7th grade portion of our concert. The 7th grade band sounds great. I think you're going to be amazed to see how much more the kids learn how to do in a few short years. So in a second now, this curtain's going to come down. We're going to dismiss the students. They can either come find you in the audience or out in the lobby. While they're putting away and getting set up, Mr. Jerry and I are going to talk to you a little bit in front of the curtain about some things coming up, a fundraiser, and Mr. Jerry is going to talk to you a little bit about our program. Guys, thanks again so much. One more round of applause for these awesome kids.